What's up everybody, it's your boy Barry McCockiner, also known as BMcC, coming to you live in this loadout tutorial video. So you're going to want to start off in the menu, depending on if you just got into the game or if you've already visited some settings. It's going to look something like this, or you might be more familiar with something that looks like this. Either way, you're going to want to head to the loadout tab. Once you do that, you'll be met with this page right here. Now, as you can tell guys, you got 5 loadout classes that you can customize, each for standard, World War II, and ninja mode. Now if you look, each item is going to have a cost associated with it. Those points are going to count towards your total budget, which is down at the bottom. 32 maximum points for each of the 5 classes for, again, standard, World War II, and ninja. Now let's get into it. On the very left guys, we have our armor selection. You got 3 options: standard, light, or heavy armor. Standard armor is going to give you a balanced mixture of armor and mobility. Light armor is going to give you the best mobility but worst armor. And heavy armor is going to be the opposite of light: best armor, worst mobility. Now, something to also notice is that each of these armor types actually do change up the customization options for your primary weapons and your gadgets. Standard armor is going to allow you to carry 1 primary and 3 gadgets. Light armor will allow you to carry 2 primaries but only 2 gadgets. And last but not least, heavy armor, you got 1 primary and only 1 gadget. So depending on the situation at hand, you want to have the perfect armor for your mission. Once you're suited up in your desired armor, you want to head to the primary weapon section. Here, you'll have a choice between the rifle category, carbine, SMG, shotgun, or sniper. Once you've got your desired firearm selected, you'll head to the far right and find our weapon customization panel. Here is where you'll see the available customizations for the weapon you have selected. You'll notice that not all weapons are compatible with all attachments. Some have 2 options, some have 3 options for things like foregrips, weapon sights, and suppressors. And guys, if you are new to VR first-person shooters, I always recommend running a weapon sight. Iron sights are a 2-point aiming system, and to line them up consistently is pretty tough to do, so having that weapon sight, it definitely makes it much easier. And clicking on the weapon sight in that panel will allow you to customize the reticle. Here you can see that you have different options for different reticle types. You can change the color of the reticle by either using the sliders or using the preset colors. And you'll actually notice that these 2 reticles are identical. The only difference is the bottom right one is an enlarged version of the first one. Here's what the smaller reticles look like. They are pretty dim and pretty hard to see, at least initially. So if you're new to VR first-person shooters, I definitely recommend running the enlarged version just to kind of get you used to the feel of it and just to get you used to using a holographic sight. And as you guys can tell just right off the bat, this weapon sight is going to be much brighter and definitely easier to use. And once you're done with that and done decking out your primary, you can equip a sidearm if you'd like. You have all these pistols available. Each pistol is going to have an eject-able mag and releasable bolt aside from the Magnum. And the only full auto pistol is going to be the Glock 22. Moving down to the melee section, you'll see you got a choice of 5 different melee weapons. The throwing knife is going to always be free. That knife is going to be a 2-hit kill unless thrown. It is also the only throwable melee item. The katana, machete, and frying pan are always going to be 1-hit quitters. And if you actually notice, each melee weapon does affect the mobility just a little bit, arguably negligible, but if you are looking to max out mobility, pay attention to this. But for the most part, that knife is going to do you well. If you want to do it Call of Duty style across the map, throwing knife kill, you can do that too. And last but not least is the equipment section. You have the option of a decoy, smoke grenade, flashbang, claymore, or fragmentation grenade. Quick note about the handy dandy flashbang grenade. It is a 1 weapon in Contractors that has friendly fire. In other words, you can flash your own teammates with this. Here's an example of just how bad it really is. So I don't care how good you are at throwing grenades. I don't care if you call the motherfucker out. If I get flashed by my own teammate, I'm gonna be pissed. And then I gotta spend the next week finding you, finding where you live, so I can throw a flashbang through your window and see how you like it. Point of the story, don't use them unless you want to piss everybody off and get kicked from the lobby. Rant over. Quick tip on the throwable equipment. Every grenade can be cooked. Once you pull the pin, if you press the B button, it will kick out the trigger and you effectively have 4 seconds to throw that motherfucker. Although I believe the only omission to this is the decoy grenade, and I think the flashbang has, actually, you know what, I'm not going to tell you shit about the flashbang because you shouldn't use it. And we're on the claymores. So if you want to place a claymore manually, once you see the hologram on any object you're near, you can let go and it'll place it right there. Give it a couple seconds for it to activate and you'll see the lasers pointing out. For the enemies, these are red and shows the trigger range for the claymore. Now, I know from personal experience, when I was trying to get by one that I thought I had enough room, the effective trigger range actually extends a little bit further out from these lasers, about from there to my hand. So it's just something to keep in mind when you're placing them or when you see them on the ground. The claymores also have a function with the press of the B button, and this makes it a little bit easier to place them. You'll see right here, once you press the B button, it will display a hologram on the ground or on wherever they're facing. This makes it a little bit easier to place them in a rush, or if you can't physically get to the wall that you want to place them on, you can always use this option as well. And again, as soon as you see that green hologram, you're good to let go, and it'll activate in a couple seconds. Ka-chow! And one more thing, guys, if you don't want to equip any particular item, say you want to save points or whatever it may be, all you got to do is click on that item and then hit none, and then we'll remove the item for you. And last but not least, once you've got everything set and ready to go, you want to make sure you hit the save button at the very bottom right to save all the current changes and apply that weapon loadout to your vest. And moving on, guys, I'm going to be talking a little bit about weapon tricks and tips. In this, I'll be talking just about some of the perks that some weapons have, some cool features that others have, and all that good stuff. So let's get right into it. Starting off, I'll be going over all the weapons that have ejectable mags. What I mean by that is that you can eject the mag with the press of a button as opposed to manually pulling the magazine out. And first up is the carbine, the M4A1. It's got an ejectable mag for you right there. Next up is another carbine, the MK18, also features an ejectable mag. The fan favorite, the CZ805, also has an ejectable mag for you. And the good old-fashioned standard issued M16A4 also got that ejectable mag, sir. The rifle, AK-5C, has one as well. And the last in the rifle category, the Scar H. In the SMG category, we have the Spectre. It's got the ejectable 50-round magazine, and the Uzi Pro also has one too. And last but not least, the final SMG, the AAC-HB, also features an ejectable mag. And if you remember, every pistol also features an ejectable mag and a releasable slide. To do so, you'll hit B to eject that mag, and once you put in a new one, you'll hit B again to release the slide. The same thing goes for every primary that also features an ejectable mag, with the exception of the CZ805, oddly enough, but you're able to rechamber a new round with the press of a button on those weapons as well. Take note, however, that to do this reload shortcut, the magazine must have been completely emptied with no round left in the chamber, because if you do try to do this with the round still in the chamber, you'll end up just dropping the mag you just put in. The next tip or trick features the AK line. I'm talking the AKS-74U, AK-74, or AKM. Just as you saw, you can actually kick out its current mag with another magazine to get those style points, just like they do in other video games. It's pretty cool, I thought, that you can do that. And as you can tell with the AK-74 or AKM, it's going to be an identical movement to do that trick. And to finish us off, guys, just some quick tips about the shotguns. The shotguns get a lot of contrasting views. Some people think they suck ass. Some people find them really fun to use. I think they are inherently pretty fun to use. But yeah, shotguns made before this last update, every shotgun aside from the Spaz or any other semi-automatic featured a permanent trigger lock. In other words, you had to click the trigger to chamber another round. With this new update, in the settings you can enable auto pump shotgun, which effectively removes that and allows you to just freely pump a new round once the last one's been discharged. Real quick and unique only to the RM870, this shotgun features an exterior shell rack that you can put shells in to assist in a quick reload for when you need it. Not unique to only the RM870, and actually a feature on any pump action shotgun, is the one-handed reload. I'm talking you can fire a round off, give that left-handed shake, and you got another round ready to go. So just another thing for those extra style points. Alright, that is all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I know some of this is common knowledge for a lot of people, but there are still plenty of new players, and hell, even existing players that don't know some of these things. So even if it doesn't help your gameplay or anything like that, I do think it helps further immerse you in the experience, and I think that's pretty cool. So like I said, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.